My name is Peggy, and this is my channel, Bespoke Ability Sewing. Welcome. Today is Friday, so it is another episode of Friday Sews. Friday Sews is a hashtag that was started by Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room as a way to bring the sewing community together. So thank you, Jen, and thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate it. This week has been an interesting week, ultimately quite fun, but took a while to get there. This is my 17th episode, and I don't have that much to show you, if anything, to show you this week because, well, I made a pair of pants. I've hemmed them. I've done everything except I need to put on the waistband. So hopefully I'll have those to show you next week. And I worked on my garment from my Think Pink subscription box, but I'm not going to show you that yet. I'll do that in a reveal video, hopefully sometime next week. And that's all I have sewn because my machine died. And, you know, these things happen. And I do have a backup machine. I have two backup machines. But I took my machine. This is a Pfaff that I bought quite a few years ago. And I took it into the dealer to see if it could be repaired. And they gave me an estimate on how much it was going to cost. And it's more than what the machine is worth. So I thought, yeah, I think I'll just take a look. There were some things about my machine that I didn't like. They weren't enough to make me stop using it, but for instance, the buttonholer. Say I had to make 10 buttonholes. The first 8 would be the same and the last 2 would be smaller, and that just would drive me crazy because then you've got to unpick the whole thing, or the last 2 or whatever. And the automatic threader never worked, and the reverse worked, but it would stay on, and so I'd always have to remember to push it back off, and a lot of times I wouldn't remember to do that. Those are just a few of the things. There were some other things, but overall it was a good machine, and overall I could make it do what I wanted. But if it was going to cost as much as getting a comparable machine, why not buy a new one? So a couple months ago, I think, Erin from Erin Sews had done a video about her Pfaff 620. And so I went home and I rewatched that. And I thought, yeah, I like that machine. I think that's got what I want. And it's also nice to hear from somebody who sews, particularly someone who does garment sewing, because I'm not a quilter. I garment sew, and so the features I need are specific to garment makers. And so then the next day I went back to the Pfaff dealer and I asked to see the 620 because I thought, well, I want to try out the buttonhole. I want to, you know, just see how it runs. Well, they didn't have the 620 and they could order it, but I really wanted to see it and see the various capabilities. And so the savvy saleswoman showed me a few other models. And I fell in love with the Pfaff 720. And I think I've got that book here. I think it's the Expression. Let's see. What is it? Oh, well, I think it's the Pfaff Expression 720, but it's the Pfaff 720. And so I said to myself, Okay, this is more money than you wanted to spend. So go home, look at your bank account, see if it's feasible, and sleep on it. See how you still feel about it in the morning, or are you over it? So I did that. I thought, okay, that's a very adult thing to do. So I did it. And, you know, kind of proud of myself for that. And at any rate, I checked my bank balance, and that was going to be okay. And I thought, okay, fine. Sleep on it still. I could have gone back and bought it that day, but no. I wanted to sleep on it. So I did. And then in the morning, I thought, yeah, I still want the machine, but I want to see the buttonholes demonstrated, or let me do the buttonholes and see how they work. Because one thing that I like to do that I couldn't do on my old Pfaff is I like to, not always, but depending on what I'm making, I like to go over a buttonhole twice. And it really makes this nice substantial buttonhole, very tight. And but not all machines will do that. My Bernina won't do that. So I asked if I could do that on this machine, and yeah, I could, as long as I did it as soon as I did a buttonhole. So in other words, don't do all your buttonholes and then go back and try and go over them. You need to do one and then go over it right then, because it stops and starts at the same place. And so I did that several times. It very easy and makes a beautiful buttonhole. So that was a bonus in my book. And I decided, okay, I'm going to do it. I bought it, and they happened to be having a class for it yesterday that was for the Pfaff 720, the Pfaff Performance Icon, and a Viking something and a Husqvarna something. And so I said, okay, fine, I'll do it. And so I went back yesterday and took the class, and there were 6 of us in it, and one other woman had the 720. So it was fun, and I have successfully, for the first time in my entire life, used a needle threader on a machine. And oh my gosh, that is just wonderful. It's eye-opening. Revolutionary. Because I don't wear glasses or contacts, but to thread a needle on, well, either a hand needle or a machine needle, I put on readers that I get at Safeway or something, the market. And, you know, half the time I'm like, where's the hole? Where's the hole? And eventually I get it through. But this thing, oh my gosh, it's just mind-blowing. So I threaded bobbins, I threaded the needle a couple times, I made buttonholes. Here are some of my buttonholes. Hard to see though, because I was using gray thread. And a variety of stitches. I don't know that you can see them too well. Had a lot of fun. Took it home, and now I'm ready to play. There will be a second class, but I don't know when that is. And there are some other things that this machine can do that I will learn in the second class. And of course, just fooling around with the machine and actually sewing things, I'll learn a lot too. So that is my big news for me. Very exciting, and I'm just thrilled. Other than that, that's the big happy news of my week. And I got to spend time with my daughter, and I got to spend time with my grandson. So both of those things were wonderful. I did have a couple weird things happen. For instance, last week when I uploaded my Friday Sews video, I put a link to the video on Facebook on the Friday Sews page, and it's a group. And, it just said, "Hi, everybody. I've done another Friday Sews video. Here's the link," or something like that. Nothing very controversial. Well, so a couple days later, I get a message from Facebook saying that they have taken down my message because it's spam. And gave me this whole long list of things. That could be that I was trying to get likes. It could be that I was trying to get video views, and that it was spam. And so they took it down and they told me, no. But they didn't give me any way to respond to them, like to say, to object and say, "This is a video about sewing. This is not spam. Click on the link." You can see for yourself. And what gets me is that half the time when I look at Facebook, I get things in my feed that are just vituperative and, full of misinformation. I'm just posting about a sewing video and not saying a whole lot of that. And frankly, I don't care that much about likes and views and stuff. It's just I feel like, I'll just tell you, I'm doing it. So that's a little frustrating. But I don't know that I have any recourse, and I don't know. I guess I will try posting something today after I get this video uploaded, and we'll see if they let me do it. If I get kicked off of Facebook, it's not the end of the world. And the other thing is, I was out and about this week, and I know a lot of people don't wear masks anymore, but I do. I'm a breast cancer survivor, and I'm at risk for certain things, and I've had COVID, and I do not want to have it again. So I did have the 6th shot, or 6th for me, the most recent vaccination shot for COVID on Tuesday, this last Tuesday. And I know that, at least in my area, there's an uptick in cases. And I don't want to get it again. And so when I go to the grocery store, or when I go to the gym, or where I'm indoors with a lot of people, I tend to wear a mask because it's an easy thing to do, and I'm of a certain age, and I have had some problems. I don't want to exacerbate them. So here I am wearing a mask, minding my own business, and this man says, "Yeah, you better not take that mask off or you'll be dead tomorrow." Ha ha ha. And he went on, and I was flabbergasted. I didn't respond to him because, I thought later about what I could have said, but I didn't say anything. And I was shocked. I'm still shocked, actually. And it's not going to stop me from wearing my mask. And if you don't wear a mask, I understand, that's fine. But I'm wearing a mask. And also, my wearing a mask should keep somebody else from getting a disease if I have something. So I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, that was mildly frustrating, but not the end of the world. And my new machine made up for it. So that is it for me today. I hope you have a wonderful sewing week. And please feel free to like and to subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And thank you so much if you are. And leave a comment if you'd like. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.